Have you ever watched your cat do something strange, like stare at an empty corner, suddenly sprint across the room at 2 a.m., or slowly blink at you as if it understands everything you're thinking? For centuries, cats have lived beside humans, yet they remain one of the most mysterious animals on Earth. Even people who share their homes with cats every day often have no idea why their pets behave the way they do. Scientists, veterinarians, and animal behavior researchers have spent years studying feline behavior, and what they've discovered reveals something fascinating. Many of the things cats do, things that seem weird, funny, or even a little creepy actually, have very logical explanations, rooted in evolution, survival instincts, and feline psychology. And today, we're going to uncover 10 secret behaviors of cats that most owners don't know, but science can explain. Because once you understand these secrets, the way you see your cat might completely change. Let's start with something almost every cat owner has experienced. Your cat stares directly into your eyes and then slowly blinks. At first, this might seem like nothing, but animal behavior scientists discovered something remarkable about this simple gesture. In the wild, direct eye contact between animals can be a threat. Predators stare before attacking. But when a cat slowly closes its eyes while looking at you, it's doing the exact opposite. Research from animal behavior studies suggests that slow blinking is a sign of trust and relaxation. It's essentially the feline version of a smile. When your cat slowly blinks at you, it's saying something like, "I feel safe with you." In fact, experiments have shown that cats are more likely to approach humans who slowly blink back at them. So next time your cat gives you that slow blink, try blinking slowly back. You might be having a silent conversation without realizing it. But that's just the beginning of how cats communicate with us. Another strange behavior many cat owners notice is something called kneading. Your cat climbs onto your lap, presses its paws into your legs, and starts pushing back and forth like it's kneading dough. Some cats even purr loudly while doing it. Why do they do this? The answer goes all the way back to kittens. When kittens are nursing from their mother, they knead her belly with their paws. This motion stimulates milk flow. It's a comforting behavior connected to warmth, food, and safety. According to veterinary behaviorists, when adult cats knead their owners, they're reliving that comforting memory. It means they feel safe and relaxed, almost like you've become a parental figure in their world. In other words, when your cat needs you, it's not just making biscuits. It's showing deep trust. But cats don't just show affection in obvious ways. Sometimes they do something that seems almost insulting. Your cat walks up to you and suddenly turns around, sticking its tail straight in your face. It may look rude, but in the feline world, this is actually a huge compliment. Cats rely heavily on scent communication. Near the base of their tail are scent glands that release chemical signals used to identify members of their social group. When a cat presents its rear to another cator, to a human, it's essentially saying, "You're part of my trusted circle." It's the feline equivalent of a friendly handshake. Strange as it might seem, your cat is treating you like family. Now here's a behavior that confuses almost every cat owner. Your cat suddenly runs around the house at full speed, jumping over furniture, sliding across the floor, and acting like it's being chased by invisible ghosts. Many people call these moments zoomies. But the real explanation lies deep in your cat's hunting instincts. In the wild, cats are natural predators. They hunt small animals multiple times a day. But indoor cats rarely get the chance to hunt real prey, so their bodies still build up bursts of hunting energy. Veterinary behavior experts believe these sudden bursts of activity are a way for cats to release that stored predator energy. It's essentially a simulated hunting session, and that's why these zoomies often happen late at night. Cats are naturally crepuscular animals, meaning they are most active during dawn, and dusk's the same times their prey would normally be active in the wild. Your living room just happens to be their hunting ground. But perhaps one of the strangest things cats do is stare at seemingly nothing. Your cat sits perfectly still, eyes locked on a blank wall, following something you can't see. Some people joke that cats can see ghosts, but the scientific explanation is much more interesting. Cats have incredibly sensitive hearing and vision. Their ears can rotate independently and detect tiny sounds far beyond the range of human hearing. Researchers studying feline sensory abilities found that cats can hear ultrasonic frequencies up to around 64,000 hertz, far higher than humans. That means your cat might be hearing things like insects inside the wall, tiny movements in the ceiling, or even electrical vibrations in appliances. So while it looks like your cat is staring at nothing, there might actually be a whole hidden world of sounds we simply can't detect. But here's a behavior that many cat owners misinterpret. Your cat rubs its head against your leg, your hand, or even your phone. This behavior is called bunting. At first glance, it looks like a simple sign of affection. And while it is affectionate, there's also another reason. Cats ascend glands on their cheeks, forehead, and chin. When they rub their head against you, they're marking you with their scent. In the feline world, scent mark an I, SNT, about ownership in an aggressive way at S, about creating a shared social environment. Your cat is basically labeling you as part of its safe territory, which means if your cat constantly rubs its head against you, you've officially been claimed. Now here's something surprising that many people don't realize. Cats actually recognize their owner's voice, but they often choose to ignore it. Researchers from animal cognition studies observed that cats respond differently to their owner's voice compared to strangers. When owners call their cats, the cats often move their ears or heads in recognition even if they don't come. This shows that cats do recognize us. They just have a very different social structure than dogs. Dogs evolved to work closely with humans, so they naturally respond to commands. Cats, on the other hand, evolved as independent hunters. So when your cat ignores you, it's not because it doesn't understand. It might simply be choosing not to respond. But the most surprising cat secret might be this. Cats may actually see humans as giant cats. Animal behavior researchers studying feline social behavior noticed something fascinating. Cats treat humans almost exactly the same way they treat other cats. They trust. They rub against us. They groom us by licking. They sleep beside us. They even raise their tails when greeting ustas, same friendly signal used between cats. This suggests that cats don't necessarily see humans as a completely different species in social terms. Instead, they treat us as oversized members of their feline social group, and that might explain why cats behave so naturally around us. To them, we're just very large, slightly strange cats that happen to control the food supply. But here's the final secret that surprises many people. Despite their reputation for being independent or distant, scientific studies show that cats can form strong emotional bonds with their owners. In experiments studying attachment behavior, researchers found that many cats show secure attachment patterns similar to human infants and even dogs. They feel safer when their owner is nearby. They explore more confidently in familiar environments, and they often seek comfort from their favorite human. In other words, your cat might care about you much more than it appears. So the next time your cat needs your lap, slowly blinks at you, or rubs its head against your hand, remember something. Behind those mysterious eyes is an animal shaped by thousands of years of evil, communicating in ways that are quiet, subtle, and deeply fascinating. Cats may seem mysterious, but once you understand their secret language, you realize they've been communicating with us all along. Now we're curious about something. Does your cat do any of these strange behaviors? Does it give you slow blinks, run around the house at night, or stare at invisible things on the wall? Tell us in the comments what the weirdest thing your cat does is, because when it comes to cats, there are always more secrets waiting to be discovered.